At number 18, they did it again. Britney Spears, oops. Bijan Robinson to the Eagles. I don't want to talk about it. Cowboys fan, but we got to talk about it. Ooh, let's get it. Another Monday means another opportunity for us to sit back, relax, and mock the mock. That's right. Our TDN scouts are giving us a brand new 2023 NFL mock draft every single week from now until Kingdom Come. And every time we have one, I'm going to get on here and talk about what it means for us for fantasy football. And finally, we're getting some shake-up at the top of the draft, some new players, some new teams, talk about the fit, talk about how these players have done so far through 3 weeks of the college football season, and should they be valued as first-round picks in the NFL draft. And then how do we react in fantasy if this, in fact, plays out the way that our scouts say? And again, Keith Sanchez, rendition number 2 is 2023 mock. Got some new entries, got some riders, we got some followers, we got some questions. We're going to challenge some of these damn picks old Sanchez has for us. So I'm glad you're tapped in, strap in. Let's get ready to talk it out. 2023 NFL mock draft, Keith Sanchez edition. Let's get it. All right, we finally, the Houston Texans are not on the board at number 1 overall. Do not believe they're the worst team in the NFL, and neither do the odds makers currently right now, 2 weeks into the football season. But the Texans do get their quarterback of the future in Alabama Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Bryce Young, who is just like, he is the ultimate point guard. You watch him play, and I don't mean that as a slight, right? He is an elite distributor of the football, knows where everybody's supposed to be, where they're going to be, and he does a fantastic job of delivering the ball to his weapons. Now, this Alabama team looks a lot different than it has in the past. They don't have that deep play threat right now. There's no Henry Ruggs. It was supposed to be Tyler Harrell, but they don't have that guy right now, which you see a little bit of struggles with his offense, but there are no questions about it. Bryce Young, ice water in his veins, number 1 quarterback off of the board, and I have no problem with it. I love it. This is a franchise that seems to be turning things around. Lovie Smith has these guys playing hard, right? They drafted an offensive lineman last year in Kenyon Green, and they got Derek Stingley Jr. You go ahead and get your quarterback of the future. Davis Mills, he's okay, but he's not the franchise. Bryce Young in Houston would love the fit. Smash spot for Houston. Texans fans would be really excited for the future with Bryce Young at quarterback. Now, the Carolina Panthers are too going to dive into the quarterback pool, but it ain't going to be the names that we're used to hearing. There's no Bryce Young. He went to Houston. There's no CJ Stroud. No Anthony Richardson. We've got Will Levis, the quarterback out of Kentucky, being drafted number 4 overall by the Carolina Panthers. A little bit of a shock. I didn't know Keith was as high on Will Levis as some others. The talent is there. Listen, this Kentucky team, the offensive line, not good. Youth all over the field at wide receiver. We're talking about true freshmen having to start with Will Levis, and they still don't have Chris Rodriguez, the SEC's leading rusher last year. He's doing Will Levis stuff, right? Like, I want to see a big step forward. I want to see a total command of the offense. I want to see those things from Will Levis, and we haven't seen it yet. And I'm not making excuses for him, but the situation around him isn't good, and he's making the best and the most of it. Still a lot of progression, a lot of season left to be played. Number 4, Will Levis to Carolina Panthers. We'll see how it plays out. I would love the draft capital for him. I don't know if he's ready to go right out the gate in the NFL. Probably want him to sit for a little bit, learn, but the athleticism, the arm talent is there. Number 4 overall, Carolina Panthers fans, let me know what you think about this pick. Now, at number 6, probably my favorite pick in this entire mock, QB3 off the board, CJ Stroud to the Detroit Lions. Listen, they've got an ascending, emerging star in Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got the first-round pick in Jamison Williams, deep play threat. You got TJ Hawkinson. You got one of the best running backs in football in DeAndre Swift, and a young offensive line. You get this distributor the ball to just get it out to those weapons. My goodness, fantasy gold for us all. CJ Stroud with Dan Campbell to the Detroit Lions. I would love it. Him, Bryce Young, those are the 2 players I want to see in Detroit. Keith gave us CJ Stroud. I'm happy about that. Superflex formats, I believe he would be my 102 behind, you know who, Bijan Robinson. He's the 101 in all formats, baby. Now, number 8, let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it, because I got on here a week, 2 weeks ago, talked about how great he was, the tools, just drafted number 1, challenging Bijan Robinson. Overreaction, Ray. Got to reel it back in, Because while this player has all the tools in the world, damn it, I need to see you do something with the tools. You can't just have the tools and just say, I got the tools, I got the tool. Build something. Give me something with these tools. Not 0 touchdowns and 3-4 interceptions through 3 weeks of college football. Anthony Richardson to the New York Giants. I want it. I want to like it. I want to be excited. I just don't know. I mean, there's a lot of talent in Anthony Richardson's body, man. The arms, the legs, the side, everything. He's got it. But you got to put it together. You got to produce. And so far, outside of his legs in week 1 and a couple of throws here and there, he has not been good. And we just have to call it like it is. Be objective. I'm not pie in the sky. I'm trying to look at things as they're presented to me. And right now, Anthony Richardson ain't playing like a number 8 overall pick. I get it. The talent, the tools, all of that. Build me something with those tools. Do something. Give me some consistency. And he's only got a couple of weeks to get it together because it's about to get rough for him with Georgia, with Texas A&M, with LSU. Hey, Rich, man, get it together or we may not see his name in this top 31 at all because he'll be coming back for his senior season. Now, at number 9, we continue to watch the Chicago Bears struggle offensively. Justin Fields threw the ball 11 times on Sunday night. 11. I got a torn Achilles. I can go out there and throw the ball 11 times for you. But get him a wide receiver, right? Byron Pringle, Equanimeous St. Brown, and Darnell Mooney are not proper ones in the NFL. Quite frankly, I don't know if JSN is, but damn it, I know he's better than what they have. Give him a weapon. He needs a weapon. Mac Jones needs a weapon. So just get some weapons around these young quarterbacks. 2021 quarterback class, real shaky right now, but the Chicago Bears drafting Jackson Smith and Jigba would be a big upgrade for Justin Fields and a big upgrade for that offense. Now, we're talking about young quarterbacks needing a weapon. Mac Jones. Keith has the New England Patriots selecting Kayshon Boutte, the disgruntled wide receiver from the LSU Tigers. Listen, man, he's still my wide receiver 1 in the class. Still. I saw what he did as a freshman, the analytics, the profile, it's all there. I know the speed, the athleticism, the talent. He didn't just forget how to play wide receiver. But, man, this offense under Brian Kelly just looks anemic, right? Jaden Daniels is a run-first quarterback that if that first read isn't there, he's pulling down and running it. Kayshon Boutte, defenses are doubling him, bracketing him, and saying, we're not going to let you throw to Kayshon Boutte, and he's just non-existent. The counting stats are probably going to be miserable this season, and I'm concerned that if his effort doesn't improve, what will happen to his draft capital? I cannot see this season continuing the way it is and him being a top 15 pick in the draft, even though he's got a talent to be a top 10 pick. So right here at number 12, the Patriots need a guy. You cannot trot out Nelson Aguilar and throw it to him like he's your one. That is not a winning formula. Get him Mac Jones, a proper number 1, in Kayshon Boutte, in Jordan Addison, somebody. Just give him some help, please. For the love of all things football, get Mac Jones some offensive help. Keith provided that here in the way of Kayshon Boutte. I'm still a big believer in the talent. Just want to see the production start to happen, all right? At number 18, they did it again. Britney Spears, oops. Bijan Robinson to the Eagles. I don't want to talk about it. Cowboys fan, but we got to talk about it because the Philadelphia Eagles look like the best damn team in the NFC. Jalen Hurts coming into his own. A.J. Brown, absolute superstar. Devonta Smith, a perfect Robin to the Batman that is A.J. Brown. Dallas Goedert at tight end. You upgrade that running back field from Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Kenneth Gainwell to Bijan Robinson. I don't know how you stop him. I mean, that's the team I want to play with on Madden. I don't know how you would stop Philadelphia with one of their first-round picks this year, and they select Bijan Robinson. Unfair. The rich get richer. I don't want to see it as a Cowboys fan, but damn, for fantasy purposes, this offense would be fun to watch. Now, at 20, love the player, hate the fit. Let Michael Pittman Jr. be the alpha, Keith. You bring in Jordan Addison, who is just a separation specialist. I've already started saying he reminds me, play style, not body style, because Jay Jefferson is bigger. Justin Jefferson is a bigger player. But play style, man, the separation, the speed, the ball tracking ability, the ability to play inside and outside. Jordan Addison out of USC is quickly rising up my ranks and is threatening Kayshon Boutte for my wide receiver 1. I love everything about it. I just told you, separation, speed, ball tracking ability, the toughness. He's going to be the first player in NCAA history to win the Blitnikoff Award back-to-back years on 2 separate teams. He's an absolute superstar. Jordan Addison to the Indianapolis Colts. Love the player, hate the fit. The Colts quarterback situation is a mess. Matt Ryan looks cooked. Let Michael Pittman Jr. be the alpha there. Give Jordan Addison to Mac Jones. Would love that fit. Way better than the Colts. Love the player. Jordan Addison is a stud. Now, I'm about to piss some of y'all off because I'm having a hard time seeing first-round pick. I can see a first-round pick. I'm having a hard time seeing a high-end rookie pick with the Minnesota Vikings at number 22 selecting tight end Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame. Now, Mayer's big. He uses his body very well. He's fluid for a big guy, but man, that joker is slow. The athleticism, people are saying Jason Witten ran a 4.7. I will give anybody, we can make a bet he doesn't crack 4.7. There's no way Michael Mayer is a 4.7 in the 40-yard dash. This dude is lumbering down the field every single time, right? Just go look for yourself. I'm having a hard time seeing him be a high-end asset in fantasy. He's a good blocker. He's a good player. He is the tight end one in this class because, damn it, there's nobody else to challenge him. Eric Gilbert ain't playing. Jaheim Bell plays running back. Sam Laporta, Austin Stogner, the guy from South Dakota, what's his name? Tucker Kraft? Maybe that's the guy. Michael Mayer at 22, I think it would force people to draft him a lot higher in rookie drafts than need be. I think he's a good player. I'm just not seeing an elite difference maker at the next level. So I'm fine with the pick. I'm not drafting a Michael Mayer inside the top 12 of rookie drafts in 2023. Now, we all know the Green Bay Packers need a wide receiver, and they need a wide receiver in the worst way. If Aaron Rodgers is in fact the quarterback next year, who knows what he's going to do. But Keith has him selecting Quentin Johnston, the wide receiver out of TCU. He's a freak. Athletically, there probably are none that compare to him in this class. But he's been bad this year, too. These wide receivers outside of Jordan Addison have been bad. JSN, I know he hadn't played a lot this year because he got hurt, missed a game, didn't do anything last week versus Toledo. They really didn't need him to do anything versus Toledo. Quentin Johnston's got like 7 receptions on the season. I don't know what's going on in TCU. They're not throwing it to him. Get him involved. And we talked about this. I will continue to talk about it. The taste that TCU wide receivers have left in the mouth of fantasy gamers, it's going to be a hard sell to get people to buy into Quentin Johnston, even if the talent is there, even if he crushes the combine. You got to deal with the ghost of Jalen Reagor and Josh Doxson. And when you got a player like Johnson who isn't producing and he's being projected this high, I think fantasy gamers are going to take a step back and say, I don't know if I want that guy. So let's see how he plays this week before we make any hard sort of stances. I'm still a big fan of Quentin Johnston. He's a top 4 receiver in this class for me right now, but he's got to produce as well. He's got to produce. So Green Bay at 25 takes Quentin Johnston. All right. Keith, we got to talk about this one, man. Cornelius Johnson, number 27 to the Los Angeles Chargers. Wide receiver out of Michigan, for those of you who don't know, which is probably a lot of you out there. Hell, I was close to not knowing. Johnston, I don't see it, man. If he's a first-round pick, I'll come on here and apologize to everybody in the world, Michigan fans, Keith Sanchez, everybody. But right now, today, when you're talking about players who got like 4 or 5 receptions on the season, 9 for 90, I don't know, man. He's a senior, no production, never had a 1,000-yard season in his career at Michigan. I'm just not seeing it. He's a good player. He can run. He's got the size at 6'3", but there's no way on this fantasy football planet I would select Cornelius Johnson with a first-round rookie pick, let alone give Justin Herbert, that guy, at 27 overall. Let's throw anybody else in it. Give me Josh Downs. Give me Jaden Reed. Give me Bryce Ford Wheaton. I'm not taking Cornelius Johnson in round 1 of the NFL draft. But again, I ain't a scout. So maybe they know something I don't know. But right now, we're not doing it. I don't want Cornelius Johnson. Don't like the pick. But we're going to get Keith on here to talk about old Cornelius. He probably sees something that we don't. But Cornelius Johnson, number 27 overall to the Chargers. Now, the final offensive player off of the board in Keith's mock, Tampa Bay Buccaneers get my guy. Love him. Just don't understand the pick. Jahmyr Gibbs, running back out of Alabama. Last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Rachaad White out of Arizona State in the 3rd round. Leonard Fournette is still competent. They gave him a 2-year deal, I believe, and then they turn around this upcoming draft class and spend a first-round pick on a running back. I would like it, right? If this were to happen and Tom Brady's the quarterback and Rachaad White's not really good and they draft Jahmyr Gibbs to be the guy, no Leonard Fournette, would love it. But, man, that's a lot of ifs when I'm looking at it, and I'm like, they don't need a running back. They're good. They got Fournette. They clearly believe in Rachaad White to some degree. Do you really need to spend a first-round pick on Jahmyr Gibbs, who profiles as more of a PPR weapon because of his pass-catching ability anyway? He's not going to go out there and tote the rock 25 times a game like they're turning around handing it to Leonard Fournette. So why take a redundant asset in Gibbs, even though he's a better player than Rachaad White? I just don't know. I don't know about this one, but if it did play out, there is no Leonard Fournette, I'd be very interested in Jahmyr Gibbs to Tampa Bay. And that wraps up the offensive players in Keith's mock. Let's give a quick recap. Number 3, the Texans select Bryce Young out of Alabama. Carolina Panthers get their quarterback of the future in Will Levis, as do the Detroit Lions with C.J. Stroud. The New York Giants take a big gamble, and it could pay off in a major way or blow up in Brian Daboll's face with Anthony Richardson at 8 overall out of Florida. At 9, Justin Fields gets some help in Jackson Smith-Njigba, as does Mac Jones with Kayshon Boutte at number 12. At 18, the rich get richer because the Eagles select Bijan Robinson, and Jordan Addison joins his USC teammate Michael Pittman Jr., USC alumni Michael Pittman Jr. in Indianapolis. The Minnesota Vikings get their tight end in the future. They say, Irv Smith, goodbye. Let's go with Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame. Green Bay Packers get a wide receiver who has not done anything this year in Quentin Johnston, but we like the talent. Justin Herbert gets Cornelius Johnson, the wide receiver out of Michigan, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back out of Alabama. There it is. If you want to check out the full mock, link in the description below. Click it. Go shout out Keith at the Talent Goat on Twitter. Go read his mock, retweet it, dive into. Comment below. Let me know what the best picks were, what the worst picks were, and what you expect to see from our next 2023 NFL mock draft from our TDN scouts. For the Draft Network, I'm Ray G. I'll see y'all next week. I'm out of this thing. Peace.